All right, so Stephen, we're seeing a lot of rain falling throughout the country. So it seems like this storm is what's moving up our way, right?
Yeah, so some of the rain that they're seeing down south is actually the second batch that we're expecting for tonight. So a little bit more rain to get through before we get to the weekend, and we finally should see some drier conditions, at least for part of it. And don't see that my 7-day forecast. But let's take a look first. Newly issued at this noontime hour, the flood warning for the Patuxent River. That's that red shaded area. You can see that kind of just underneath the Providence label there. That is for the Patuxent. We're expecting that to reach minor flood stage with this rainfall and kind of just what we've been seeing with from the snow melt the past few days. It doesn't look to be as bad as it was a couple weeks ago, but be mindful of that, of course, if you live around that river. Elsewhere, we have a flood watch issued from this evening through Saturday evening for the entire state of Rhode Island. Looking outside in Providence, we're cloudy, we're gray, we're gloomy. The steady rainfall has made its way through from this morning, so you can see that on the radar. The back edge is making its way across southeastern Mass out to sea, so that we're going to get a break from the rain as we go into the second half of today and into the first part of tonight. But notice that yellow arrow is pointing our next batch of rain up into the northeast. Again, that'll arrive later tonight and into tomorrow morning's commute. Temperatures very mild across the area in the 50s across the board. 53 Providence, 50 Westerly, 52 in Newport. Definitely a much different story compared to last week. Looking at my three key things, again, rain tonight into tomorrow, that flood watch issued for the entire state of Rhode Island, plus that flood warning for the Patuxent. And we are tracking yet another storm right on the heels of this one for Sunday and into Monday. That one could have a little bit more in the way of wintry weather. We'll see that in my 7-day forecast. But right now, here's the weather setup. You can see the frontal system across part of the northeast, and you can see clouds in place, showers making their way through. Notice our next storm system is down here. It's going to be making its way with that next batch of rain as we go into tonight, into tomorrow. So we're not done yet. But notice the temperature trend. You can actually see where that front is, where I was just showing you. Look at the difference in temperatures. Louisville, nearly 60 degrees, but Chicago 38, and all the warm temperatures along the eastern seaboard here. We're on the warm side of this storm, so we're looking at those 50s for today and into at least part of tomorrow. So let's time it out. We can show you the clouds in place, the rain not going to be found here this afternoon, looking at generally dry conditions, and then we look at quiet conditions for tonight and into the first part of the tonight actually, and then we go after midnight. We'll see that rain really towards pre-dawn hours tomorrow make its way in. Notice here's 4 a.m. some greens on the screen here, temperatures above freezing. Going to be a rain system as we go into tonight. The yellows indicate some moderate batches pushing on through just in time for that morning commute. So this is 7 a.m. You can see again these making their way through, but it doesn't really last all that long. The first half of the day does look to be the rainier part of the day. I think clouds linger on through the entire day, but we should be drier for the afternoon and into Friday night. So how much rainfall are we expecting from this next batch? Generally, about a quarter to a half an inch of rain, maybe a few areas getting more than that. Notice the bluer shade is that, higher amounts, but overall nothing too outrageous in terms of rainfall totals from this next batch. But still, those the rivers are, of course, can't really handle any kind of rainfall at this point. So any additional rain doesn't help. This afternoon, temperatures in the 50s, cloudy skies, winds on the light side across the shoreline into the inland areas. Again, looking at Kent and Providence County in the 50s, even out towards southeastern Mass, 50s across the board. So not too bad, all things considered, with those nice temperatures well above average. Our average high temperature is about 38 degrees for this time of year. 7-day forecast, again, it does feature the rain tonight into tomorrow. Cloudy skies, temperatures in the 40s tomorrow into Saturday. But notice our next storm system does feature more in the way of some wintry weather. We're looking at some rain changing to some snow that could linger late Sunday night and into Monday. Still a few days away. We'll be watching that one closely, but could see some perhaps minor accumulations with that one if that forecast comes to fruition, but still a few days away to watch that.
All right, so it looks like the pick for the week is Saturday?
Yeah,
no rain?
It looks okay in the 40s, not too bad.
All right, thanks, Stephen. In stories we're working on new tonight.